I'm going to 1v1 you with the new champion. I'm going to play Mel, and you can choose a champion you want to play against me.
Okay.
Today, the LTA pros got the opportunity to try out the new champion Mel, and this is my turn, so I'm very excited to do that because I'd love to show you guys what she's capable of on the big stage. You need to be careful.
My first impressions of Mel is that her Q is really strong, like a long-range Karthus Q.
Her W is her defensive ability, where she can basically block and reflect the projectile back, which is pretty broken for a mage like that, 'cause it's really hard to get onto her already.
The projectile that reflects off of Mel's W becomes your projectile.
It creates scenarios where like picks that would be good into her aren't as good. Like even like a Nefiri or a Talon or a Zed where you need to like land those skill shots, you like can't really land them anymore.
If anything, it's just like an oh shit, you know? It's your panic button.
Her E is a root. It kind of looks like Aesol E, but it travels at you quite fast actually, and if you get hit by the center, you're rooted for 1.75 seconds. If you get hit by the side, you end up getting slowed.
I really like that she's an immobile character that definitely wants to get in basic attack range to squeeze out the most amount of damage. Mel applies stacks of Overwhelm, which is the main mechanic of her kit, which will stack large amounts of damage onto your opponent, which you can detonate with your ultimate.
All right, thanks for watching the video, guys.
Mel is like playing against Xerath, except when you get low, she just doesn't have to hit you with her ult, you just die. She's actually really fun to play. Like she feels really smooth, she feels really good. So really excited to see her on my team. Really not excited to see her on not my team. I will be making sure that doesn't happen, at least for a while.
I played 1v1 against B-Boy, he was playing Yasuo. Her E is an instant root when he's dashing at me, so it's kind of hard for him to actually continue chasing me down. I would just wait for him to dash on me. I'd click EQ and he'd just take like 300 damage, so you have a lot of self-feel.
Dude, look at this time so OP, no?
What? He threw a NATO at me, and I W'd it and it just knocked him up. Gave me time to distance myself, and then honestly it was like pretty strong. I think the strongest part of her kit is like the forever execute. If anybody ever looks at you the wrong way and you're just fighting, you're just winning.
Execute!
Oh, wait. Have you ever played Mel?
I was practicing her for a little bit just now.
Oh, so he gets to practice.
I actually played Mel against Ezreal, and not a lot of champions outrange Ezreal, but Mel, like you can actually just cast your Q completely away from Ezreal's Q range. And also, every time that the Ezreal tried to like, you know, W and then E to hit me with it, I could just W his E, so it was pretty easy to block.
Dodge the Ezreal R? This is why I'm getting paid to play ADC? Okay.
I think that abilities that are kind of like telegraphed, you can literally just press W and there's no counterplay for the enemy team.
What though?
Oh!
Wow, looks cool.
Looks cool. Mel from Arcane.
So the number one thing that I think would counter Mel are definitely champions that can poke her and harass her without getting into basic attack range. I think if you can outrange her so that you don't have to exchange basic attacks, it'll be very hard for her to stack her Overwhelm to a point where she can find lethal threat on you.
Yeah, I don't really think there's going to be any strong counters, I'm not going to lie. I think it's going to be something with a wave clear, maybe Hwei.
I think anything that can get onto it easily and doesn't rely heavily on skill shots would do very well into Mel. So, Assassins would probably do quite well.
Oh! No. Oh! You gotta dodge. You gotta dodge. Ah!
Unless Mel's numbers are overtuned, I don't think they should be played outside of the mid lane, and if they are overtuned, I think that you could possibly see a support as she could be used to bully out weak laners.
Mel will definitely have a spot in bot lane just because her Q provides her a decent wave clear and E is like a pretty good gank setup. I think I could definitely see myself playing her this split.
I think it's likely to get banned, so I mean my real answer is like in the ban phase.
My poke is crazy, no?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to using her. She gives me that, you know, Victor vibe that I very much love. Victor's one of my most favorite champions ever to have been released. He's in my top 5. And even though she might not be a top laner, I'm sure as hell gonna try and make her one.
GG, I mean, this one was good, it was good. So you can basically keep your stacks alive. So I Q'd him to poke, then I E'd in between my Q cooldown, and then I finished them off by Qing and Wing to keep my passive stacks alive. I applied them with the basic attack, and then I dropped my ult on his head when I was fully stacked. He was dead from like 400 HP. It was pretty crazy. I think it's pick or ban. For sure, pick or ban.
Yeah,
It looks too strong.
People might not be that good at her at first, but she doesn't seem like that complicated of a character. I feel like people will learn her quite quickly, so I think that Mel will have a lot of presence in pro play when she's released.
People will try to play against Mel in the LTA, and they will proceed to lose. And then people will cook up some random ass counters to it.
She seems to be one of my favorite type of mages to ever play. I cannot wait to show you guys in the LTA, and mark my words, I'll be the first top Mel in the world.